Welcome to Understanding Political Ideologies, a 2024 guide. In today's fast-changing world, traditional political labels like left and right are losing their meaning. Did you know that in 2023, 62% of young voters felt that these old terms no longer fit their beliefs? It's a stunning shift that's reshaping politics globally. Let's dive into some surprising facts. Did you know that tech companies now spend more on lobbying than the entire defense industry? Or that 45% of people under 30 support some form of cyber-enhanced governance? And here's another one. Green politics is booming, with 30% of all new global laws focused on environmental sustainability. In this guide, we will uncover the emerging political trends and ideologies that are shaping our future. From the rise of techtopia, where tech giants influence politics, to the surge in intersectional politics, which addresses diverse identities in new ways. We'll also explore how digital populism is changing political campaigns and what the future holds for political thought. Get ready for a journey through the fascinating world of modern politics. We'll break down complex ideas into simple, engaging stories that will change the way you think about politics. Stay tuned and discover how the political landscape is evolving in 2024. Chapter 1: Unmasking the Spectrum, Beyond Left and Right. In today's political climate, the old labels of left and right seem almost quaint. Did you know that as of 2024, over 60% of young voters feel that traditional political labels no longer reflect their personal views? This shift signals a need for a deeper understanding of the modern political spectrum. Let's start with the basics. What exactly falls beyond the traditional left and right? Emerging ideologies like techno-progressivism and ecocentrism are gaining traction, showing us that the political world is much richer than the binary we grew up with. For instance, techno-progressives advocate for harnessing technology to enhance human capabilities, which isn't squarely in the old camps of conservatism or socialism. Interestingly, a 2023 study found that 45% of people under 30 support some form of cyber-enhanced governance. This is where government uses technology to improve decision-making and public services. It's a fresh idea that doesn't fit neatly on the old spectrum. Another fascinating trend is the blend of market dynamics with social welfare, a concept some are calling social capitalism. It's not just theory. Countries like Denmark and Canada are experimenting with policies that reflect this hybrid ideology. This approach aims to combine the best of both worlds, economic growth driven by free market practices, with strong government support for social services. What about nationalism? It's morphing too. Today's civic nationalism isn't about ethnic identity but focuses on shared values and civic engagement. It's a powerful force reshaping politics in places like Australia and Ireland, where people are rallying around shared ideals, not just shared borders. And let's not overlook the impact of global issues on political ideologies. Climate change, for instance, is pushing the rise of globalism as a political force, advocating for policies that transcend national borders. As we move away from traditional labels, the conversation becomes richer, the solutions more creative. It's a shift that's as challenging as it is exciting, asking us to think differently about how we shape our future. Chapter 2: The Rise of Techtopia, Silicon Valley Sways Politics. Now, let's dive into how Silicon Valley is not just a tech hub but a burgeoning political player. By 2024, tech companies are not only the backbones of economies but are also dictating new political norms. Quite the leap from garages to government influence, wouldn't you say? Here's something to ponder. Tech giants now spend more on lobbying than the defense and aerospace sectors combined. In Washington, D.C., the lobbying budget of a single tech giant exceeded $20 million in 2023 alone. Their influence is sprawling, from privacy laws to trade regulations. Tech leaders are also becoming political leaders. Take the CEO of a major tech company who recently announced a run for office, pledging to transform government through technology. His platform includes ideas like digital town halls and blockchain voting systems. Revolutionary, right? But it's not all about money and power plays. These companies are also setting the stage for techtopia, where data drives decisions. Imagine cities where traffic flows are managed in real time by AI, reducing congestion and pollution. In fact, a pilot program in San Francisco has already cut down traffic times by 15% using AI technology. Moreover, the tech industry's approach to work is influencing broader socio-economic policies. The widespread adoption of remote working, accelerated by the tech sector during the pandemic, has led to significant changes in housing, transportation, and employment policies across the globe. However, there's a cautionary tale here. With power comes responsibility, and there's growing concern over tech companies' control over personal data. A recent survey revealed that 75% of Americans are worried about privacy with tech-driven governance. The narrative of Silicon Valley influencing politics is complex and multifaceted. As we navigate this techtopia, it's crucial to balance innovation with ethical considerations to ensure that technology serves the greater good, not just corporate interests. Chapter 3: Eco-Warriors and Green Politics, a 2024 Reality Check. It's no secret that environmental issues are taking center stage in politics like never before. But did you know that as of 2024, an impressive 30% of all new legislation proposed globally pertains to environmental sustainability? This rise of green politics is not just a trend, it's becoming a cornerstone of governmental agendas worldwide. One key strategy in green politics is the push for carbon-neutral laws. Countries like Sweden and France have set ambitious goals to become carbon neutral by 2045. This isn't just good for the planet, it's also sparking innovations in green tech industries, creating jobs, and driving economic growth. Another exciting development is the rise of green parties. In Germany, the Green Party became part of the government coalition, influencing major policy decisions on energy and transportation. Their strategy? Aligning environmental goals with economic incentives to gain broader support from both the public and private sectors. Local initiatives are also pivotal. Cities are implementing urban greening projects that not only beautify spaces but also improve air quality and reduce urban heat islands. For instance, Milan has initiated a plan to plant 3 million trees by 2030. Imagine the impact of turning concrete jungles into urban forests. Furthermore, the youth movement for climate action has transformed from street protests to political lobbying, showing that activism can evolve into influential political participation. Young voices are now more prominent in policy forums, pushing for urgent action on climate change. What's truly innovative about today's green politics is how it integrates with other political ideologies. Environmentalism is no longer seen as a standalone issue but is intertwined with economic and social policies. For example, green job training programs are becoming a popular solution for both environmental sustainability and job creation in struggling economies. These trends show that green politics is not just about saving the planet, it's about ensuring a sustainable future for all of us. It's a dynamic and evolving field that is reshaping how we think about governance, economics, and our collective future. Chapter 4: Populism in the Digital Age, Viral or Virtuous? Populism is often viewed with suspicion in political circles, but there's no denying its growing influence in the digital age. As of 2024, populist leaders use social media to reach millions directly, bypassing traditional media channels. This has changed the game, making politics more accessible but also more prone to misinformation. One striking statistic is that populist tweets get shared 5 times more often than non-populist messages. This viral nature of populist content shows how emotions can drive engagement more effectively than facts. It's a strategy that has reshaped political campaigns, making them more about personality and less about policy. Digital platforms have also made it easier for populist movements to organize and rally. The Yellow Vest protests in France, for example, started from a single Facebook post and quickly became a nationwide movement. This shows the power of social media to mobilize people quickly and effectively. However, there's a strategy behind the seeming chaos of populist movements. They often focus on simple, relatable messages that resonate with people's daily struggles. By speaking directly to the concerns of ordinary citizens, populists can build a strong, loyal following. But it's not all positive. The rise of digital populism has also led to increased polarization. People are more likely to live in information bubbles, only engaging with content that reinforces their views. A 2023 study showed that 70% of internet users rarely or never engage with political viewpoints that oppose theirs. Despite these challenges, some argue that populism can be a force for good. It can shake up stagnant political systems and give voice to those who feel unheard. The key is finding a balance between harnessing this energy and maintaining a fact-based, respectful political discourse. As we navigate this new era of digital populism, it's clear that the landscape of political communication is changing dramatically. It's an exciting, if uncertain, time to be involved in politics. Chapter 5: Intersectionality on the Ballot, Identity Politics Redefined. Identity politics is redefining the landscape of modern elections. By 2024, it's clear that voters are no longer swayed solely by traditional party lines but are also influenced by candidates who address their specific identities and experiences. This shift is not just a trend, it's a fundamental change in how political campaigns are run and won. Intersectionality, a term coined by Kimberly Crenshaw in the late 1980s, is now a driving force in political strategy. It refers to how various social identities, such as race, gender, and sexual orientation, intersect to create unique experiences of discrimination and privilege. Politicians are increasingly tailoring their messages to resonate with these complex identities. A notable example is the 2024 US presidential campaign, where candidates focused heavily on intersectional issues. One candidate's platform included comprehensive policies addressing the specific needs of black women, recognizing their unique position at the intersection of racial and gender discrimination. This strategy not only broadened their appeal but also highlighted the importance of nuanced policy making. Campaigns are also leveraging data analytics to understand and target diverse voter demographics better. Advanced algorithms help political strategists identify key issues for different intersectional groups, enabling more personalized and effective outreach. In fact, campaigns using these tools saw a 20% increase in voter engagement in the last election cycle. Moreover, intersectional politics is pushing for more representation. In 2024, the UK saw a record number of candidates from diverse backgrounds elected to Parliament. This shift towards inclusivity ensures that more voices are heard in the legislative process, leading to policies that better reflect the population's diversity. However, this focus on identity politics is not without its critics. Some argue it can lead to division rather than unity. They worry that emphasizing differences may polarize the electorate. Despite these concerns, the trend towards intersectionality in politics appears to be growing stronger. Ultimately, the rise of intersectional politics reflects a broader societal shift towards recognizing and valuing diversity. It's a complex but necessary evolution in our political systems, one that promises to make governance more inclusive and representative. Chapter 6: Future Frontiers, the Next Generation of Political Thought. As we look towards the future, it's clear that the next generation of political thought is already taking shape. By 2024, young people are driving significant changes in how we think about and engage with politics. They are not just future voters, they are current influencers and changemakers. One of the most exciting developments is the rise of digital democracy. Young activists are using technology to create more direct and participatory forms of governance. For example, platforms like Decidem, an open-source software for participatory democracy, are being used in cities worldwide to let citizens propose and vote on local policies. This shift towards digital tools is making politics more accessible and transparent. Moreover, the new generation is championing social justice issues with unprecedented fervor. Issues like climate change, racial equality, and LGBTQ+ rights are not just campaign topics but core elements of their political identity. A 2023 survey found that 75% of young voters prioritize social justice over traditional economic issues when choosing candidates. Education is also a key focus. Young political thinkers are pushing for policies that emphasize critical thinking, digital literacy, and global awareness. They believe that an informed electorate is essential for a healthy democracy. Innovative programs like Finland's education reform, which integrates these elements into the curriculum, are being looked at as models. The influence of global movements cannot be ignored. The interconnectedness of today's world means that movements like #MeToo and Black Lives Matter have a profound impact on young people everywhere. These movements are shaping their views and inspiring them to demand change in their own countries. Another interesting trend is the shift towards non-hierarchical organization. Young activists often prefer flat, collaborative structures over traditional top-down leadership. This approach fosters a sense of community and shared responsibility, which is proving effective in grassroots organizing. In conclusion, the next generation of political thought is dynamic, inclusive, and innovative. Young people are not waiting for the future to arrive, they are actively shaping it. Their approach promises to make politics more participatory, equitable, and responsive to the needs of all citizens.